The bell above the diner door gave a dull clank. Clara had long stopped noticing it, along with the sizzle of the grill and the hum of the old refrigerator. But she always noticed the silence that arrived every Tuesday with the corner booth family. Rick slid in first, pinning Sarah against the wall. Leo, pale and thin with two large dark eyes, squeezed in beside his mother. They ordered the usual: black coffee for Rick, water for Sarah, milk for the boy. Rick sometimes cut burgers into precise squares and dared them to eat. They rarely finished. Today the tension was thicker. Rick's hand rested possessively on Sarah's arm. She stared at the salt shaker. Leo sat unnaturally still, staring straight at Clara with desperate intensity. Clara approached with the coffee pot. "Refill." Rick grunted without looking up. As she poured, Leo's gaze never wavered. When Rick turned to buy cigarettes, Sarah and Leo stood near the door. Leo broke from his mother's hand for a split second. "They're in the trash," he whispered urgently. Then Rick returned, and they were gone. Clara's stomach twisted. She cleared their table, mind racing. Toys. A message? Her gut screamed it was more. Across the diner, the Hells Angels regulars were finishing their meal. Bear, their massive, tattooed leader, was settling the bill with his usual polite grunt and 30% tip. Clara walked over, hands trembling. "Bear, that quiet family. The little boy said something to me. I think he needs help." She repeated the whisper. He pointed toward the dumpster. Bear's eyes narrowed. He studied her face, then jerked his head at Tiny and Hawk. "With me." They pushed through the back door. Bear lifted the dumpster lid. Silence stretched, then a low primal growl rose from his chest. He pulled out a small blue backpack with cartoon rockets, stained dark. Then a worn teddy bear, one eye missing, formatted with the same stains. Clara's breath caught. These were Leo's things, his entire childhood thrown away. Bear's face hardened into cold fury. He looked toward the parking lot where the family's sedan waited at the edge of the driveway. "Block them in." Bikers moved like a well-oiled machine. Two Harleys roared out, pinning the car front and back. Bear walked forward, teddy bear still in his massive hand. He pressed it against the driver's window. "Roll it down." Rick sweated, denying everything. Bear tapped the bear against the glass. Sarah saw her son's beloved toy, and something broke inside her. Hatred flashed in her eyes. She slammed the unlock button, grabbed Leo, and ran into the diner to Clara. Clara held them both tight. "You're safe now." Outside, Rick tried to reverse, but was trapped. Sirens approached. Police pulled him from the car in handcuffs while Bear stood guard like a silent wall. Later, Bear placed the teddy bear on the counter. Leo clutched it like a lifeline. Bear slid Clara his card. "Anything ever, you call." Rick was convicted of years of abuse. The backpack and bear became key evidence. Sarah and Leo began to heal. Leo slowly started speaking again. Sarah found work and a kind new partner. The bikers kept coming every Tuesday. Their presence became the diner's quiet protection. Once a month, they delivered supplies to the women's shelter. Years later, Bear raised his glass across the room to Clara. "To the ones who see." Clara smiled. A child's whisper, a waitress who listened, and men who acted had changed everything.